it just crushed us. We basically worked all the way up until the day before St. Patrick's Day, so we weren't even able to prepare, and we also purchased all of our food and all of our beer for that. So it really, not only we lost the revenue for not being open, but we lost the revenue that we purchased all of the product as well. So it just killed us.
That was the reality of 24th Street Tavern and so many other restaurant businesses. Sean Macomb, general manager of the tavern, says the pandemic took away some of their busiest days of the year, including St. Patrick's Day, March Madness, and others. But Macomb says they put the extra food to good use.
We actually donated some of our food to the local shelters and to some people that needed it. As far as the alcohol was concerned, we just have to use it the best that we can, run specials or whatever we can do to get that inventory down. Some of our reps from the beer companies were pretty feasible in giving us credits for it for future purchases, but all in all, it still just wasn't where we wanted it to be.
During that time, he says they were still open, but only for takeout.
We did roughly about 7 weeks of curbside pickup, and it went very well for us. The local community was very responsive and trying to help us out. We had a lot of people that would come in, you know, multiple times per week. You know, they could have went anywhere else, but they wanted to show us some, you know, good gratitude for us, and tipped very well for the girls that, you know, get tips. So it was pretty good that the community did that, and I think all in all they understood what was going on with us.
He says now with the restaurants reopened, he's seeing a lot of his same business.
It's a lot of relief. It's kind of like, you know, when you don't see anybody for a long time and, you know, they come in and the faces are just lighting up and they're happy to just be here and be under house arrest is what a lot of people are saying. And yesterday was our first day being open, and it couldn't have been any busier. It was almost like a Friday night before the pandemic, so it went very well. A lot of responsiveness. It was probably very equal to a Friday night, a whole Friday day for us, to be honest. It was, you know, we hadn't seen that in what, 4 months, so it seemed like it probably was more than what it was, which was good. And the day flew by very fast, and you know, I just want to say that the people that did come in, you know, nobody complained. Everybody was very understanding, and like I said, it was like a normal Friday night for us before the pandemic, so it was really nice.
Macomb says he believes it was the social interaction that customers couldn't wait for, but he says they're still following CDC guidelines.
I think it's just the general interaction and being social with other people instead of just the people that they live with. You know, whether it's through FaceTime or the Zoom meetings, people are just happy to interact with other humans. So that was a lot of the interactions that we had, people standing around, walking around. You know, we tried to do the best social distancing as we could and prepare for that. But it just seems people just want to interact with people, and that's what this is known for. It's a lot of locals and friends that come together, and it was great to see. Customers know, you know, it's private property, so they can enter at their own risk. You know, we do have masks available for them if they didn't bring them. If they feel uncomfortable, then we can provide them for that. Our staff, of course, will all have masks provided to them. We actually take their temperature when they arrive to work, so to make sure that they're not sick. But that's about all you can do to make sure that everybody's comfortable and well.
He says a part of that is re-educating staff members and making adjustments.
You know, there's a lot of education and preparedness that we have to add with our staff, making sure that we wear masks when we're open, you know, gloves and having sanitizer stations. So there's a lot of extra things that the health department is actually requiring us to do. So we have to kind of re-educate everybody, not necessarily get recertified, but we have to re-educate them. And also the way that we order our food as well is different, because there is a shortage, and a lot of people in this business can tell you that food costs have just, they've been rose so much that, you know, it's almost double. So we have to try to make changes to our menu, but not try to overprice to compensate for that. So that's the biggest challenge, is just people are used to getting a good value here, but now we're just not getting a good value from our vendor. So we're trying to make it fair for everybody. So right now we're not really running any specials until it kind of even keels down through it. So, but people are very understanding.
Although there aren't any specials right now, one thing is in high demand.
To be honest with you, we had a lot of draft beer because certainly people just can't go to the local supermarket or to the liquor store and get, you know, beer out of a keg. So we sold a lot of draft beer. It's funny that you said that because alcohol, the people, you know, they're not used to getting a regular pour. You know, this isn't what I poured at home, but you know, we do our best to you know, try to match up to them without over serving them. But I would say definitely the draft beer, and then you just can't get a burger like we serve. So the burger and beer combination went very well.
And now M24 construction has started up, but Macomb says it's only one thing that would worry him.
Well, we went through this before. I think it was probably 6 or 7 years ago, maybe 6 years ago when they did construction, and we were kind of prepared for it, so we kind of know what to do. We're really big on our social media to make sure that we're telling our customers we are open. And this community is, you know, it's not a very large community, so everybody knows us already, so we can spread the word fast by just talking to people and being out in the open, and this is certainly going to help as well. We have a local newspaper that, you know, tells everybody we're open. We have a Oxford and Orient Express that delivers food for us. They have a website as well that lets everybody know that we are open. But, you know, this is going to be a challenge for us because the northbound lane, where a lot of our customers will come from South Oxford and the Lake Orion area, so now they have to take a different route. But I think people are used to it over here, and we try our best to make sure, like I said, just to communicate that we are open, and it helps us that we're not new. We haven't been around, you know, a year or two. We've been here 12 years now, so people know us. We're a staple in the community, and it's actually not as hard as people would think, because, you know, like yesterday was our first day open and the northbound lane was closed, and yet we were packed. So I think it's going to help. The thing that would worry any business on the street is just the length of it. You know, we understand that the people that are out there, you know, they have a job too. And it kind of double dips for us because those people that are working out there, they're coming in here to get their lunch. They're coming in here to get their dinner, or maybe their after-hour spirit so that they can kind of relax. But the thing that, you know, would worry any business owner or anybody is, you know, just the length of it. You know, they can give you a time to where they say, oh, it'll only take us 2 months, and it ends up taking 6 or 7 months. And we have a lot of other restaurants in our group, and we've been dealing with that pretty much the last 3 or 4 years, whether it's on Baldwin Road or M15 with the I-75 going down to our Troy locations. So this isn't something that's new for us. So we don't necessarily get worried. We kind of just go to be optimistic on what's going to happen. But to be honest with you, we are just thankful that we're open after the pandemic. So to us, the construction, it's not anything compared to what we just went through because we can still be open.
24th Street Tavern says they'll continue to utilize curbside pickup for customers who don't feel safe yet and other alternatives to coming in.
Really, we just want to say thank you to the community. I mean, they put together, you know, a plan on trying to get through this, and, you know, along with the other businesses that are nearby, you know, they've showed a lot of love and appreciation. So we really appreciate that to the community, and that's why we're here, is to serve them, and we do our best to make sure that they feel comfortable. So we just want to say a big thank you to everyone that came during the curbside service and that's going to come in the future.